Greetings, everybody. It's Lily. So, as many of you realize, I live in the Pacific Northwest, and that's all I'm going to say. Today, I feel an inner tap to comment and offer a question regarding the behavior of Ryanair passenger David Mesher, who had been caught on video recently this week. Verbally abusing an elderly 77-year-old black woman, using verbally abusive language with strongly racial overtones. Yet he claims he isn't a racist. And also in his apology to the woman involved, claims he had a fit of temper, but is not himself racist. And I would like, in hopefully under 30 minutes, to offer some responses to this. And in portions of this video, I will address Mr. Mesher. And I'm hoping, in regard to this event, in how I deliver, to remain calm and kind, even though I do not condone Mr. Mesher's behavior. Neither as a pale-skinned person myself, nor as a European American with mixed British blood, as well as Eastern European blood. Mr. Mesher, if you're seeing this, I hope that the result of your behavior, of your rant is not giving you any unnecessary suffering. But as you may have noticed in this video and on my YouTube profile name, I introduced myself as Lily Willy. And yes, that is a very odd name. And I don't care. And yes, my gender emotionally is bigendered. And I want to ask you something. Because I'm really, really curious. Because I'm confused. What code gender code or otherwise allows for verbal assault of an unarmed elderly female who has never done anything to you? I understand anger because you may think I'm behaving very calm. And for me, I am. But I actually have an anger problem. And I've had one since I was about 3. My body's 39. Until age 22 and a half, when a tumor was removed from my right hemisphere amygdala and part of my right hemisphere hypothalamus. Anger was one of the only feelings that could reach me in my own brain. You could say it's one of the feelings at which my brain has had the most practice. I get anger problem only too well. I strive to keep a fairly open mind, Mr. Mesher. And now that I socially have more of one, neurologically speaking, I also have a pretty open heart. I'm very glad that you did do the minimum of apologizing. I don't know what was going on with you that day, and I don't know what was going on with anybody else on that plane that day when it happened. I know from living with my known angry brain that in the case of somebody with an anger problem, a lot of tiny shit, pardon my Norkish, can set it off. From having to wait too long for your coffee to get done, to a host of other things. And I know from my dealing with it that it hurts. It hurts the person with it, and it can really, as F, hurt people who wind up on the receiving side of it. If you're one of the people who, like me, has an angry brain, then I hope you find a way to find some healing for it. It took me a long time to really start. And if you choose to do so, if you find yourself looking at yourself and seeing that you are somebody with an angry brain in your nervous wiring, your nervous system, and if you choose to look for healing for it, then I wish you good luck in that. Because I guess you know, to the woman you ranted on and her daughter, this came as more than just a fit of temper. And yeah. If you make the choices, if you find what I said, and you choose to heal, good luck. The woman Dulcie Gale who was on the receiving side of his verbal abuse is 77 years old. And according to what I heard her share in the interview, she said this was the first time that she ever suffered any attack of this nature. And the portion of this that I want to offer to her is this. Mrs. Gale, I don't know where you grew up, or what the customs of where you grew up are like, but I have, for different reasons, felt the type of shock from a very severely intense negative situation. That had me incapable of sleeping, or as I call it, deep nap. For lengthy periods. Or for small snatches at a time. And would still have me tense when I got up. That type of feeling is real horrible to deal with. You have a sympathy. I'm glad that you and your daughter have been receiving so much compassion and kindness from those who've heard or read your story. And I hope that with time, that will help you get back to a place where you can at least sleep again. Because trauma of any sort sucks. And this portion of the video is for anybody watching who chooses to accept it within what that person or persons is willing to embrace. This is a hug. You are welcome to accept as much or as little of it as you're willing to embrace. You are cared about. You are cared about because you exist. That is the only requirement for you to be worthy. Of being cared about. Bless you within your free wills. I hope you are well within your own free wills. What's it?